And welcome to Fab Friday here on the Spiegel Mom Scraps YouTube channel. I am showing you all of the supplies I'm going to be using today from the shop and also from my stash, except for that Vibes. I don't end up using that, but you'll see why in a little bit. So at the beginning of this video, you saw a sketch because this month, Spiegel Mom Scraps is doing a sketch swap with Let's Get Sketchy. So the sketch at the beginning is the one we're using for this week, and you can go to their website and play along with the sketch. And I actually designed the sketch, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this layout. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a 3-inch strip or a 6-inch paper and cut it in half so we have two 3-inch strips. And that's going to make this dark border down the side of my page. The gingham paper I'm using as my base is from the Simple Stories Pumpkin Spice collection. And then the 6x6 paper pads are from Pebbles Warm and Cozy line. And I mixed it with some products from Pretty Little Studios, Oakley Avenue, and some goodies from the Spiegel Mom Scraps shop. Everything in my layout is going to be inked with Tim Holtz Vintage Photo Distress ink, and I'm going to play around a little bit with my video or my camera here in a couple of minutes. So if it suddenly seems like my your view changes, it's because it does. My camera was like crooked or doing something wonky, and so I turned it off and fixed it all up and then went back. The first thing I'm going to work on here is my layers for my photo. And I'm going to do what I like to call Frankenstein layering. It's my own little word for it. So what I'm going to do is when I do this type of layering, I start with a full sheet of paper that completely frames my photo. And then I'm going to take all kinds of different tiny little bits of pattern, and I'm going to place them all over and around my layout to create these different sized layers and patterns and colors, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up each layer. I left this part in the process video. A lot of times I don't, a lot of times I'll take it out, but I thought you guys might like to see it, and it might give you some cute ideas for layering. And my only rule with this is that the first layer that goes around my photo is a full layer, so it goes full frame, so it goes all the way around my photo, and the last layer that I put on, the last piece of pattern paper that I use, goes all the way around my photo. That is just my personal preference. I like the way it gives a nice strong edge around the photo and then a nice strong edge between my photo, my matted photo, and my background paper. But the rest of it on the inside, you'll see I'm cutting just little strips, so there's not one piece of paper that's, you know, more than maybe an inch wide. And I just place it all around the photo to create these fun layered look and layered patterns, but none of these layers are actually going through and around my whole photo. And I think it gives it a really nice look. I absolutely love that buffalo plaid print paper from that Pebbles collection, and I only had a wee little tiny bit of it left. But you'll see I use every wee little tiny bit of it that I have. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my last layer on, which is going to be, you'll see the bottom layer is a full sheet of pattern that goes all the way around the photo. And then I'm going to place my photo exactly where it appears in the sketch, so kind of towards the middle and down a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and start punching some circles. So yes, I am going to be using circles instead of butterflies. I know butterflies are on the sketch, but I wanted to do a warm and cozy layout about my love of salted caramel mochas, and I thought the circles would work really well with some of the other embellishments that I've had going on in my layout. So I punched a bunch of 1-inch circles. I went ahead and inked them all up with the Tim Holtz Distress ink. And whereas the sketch showed the butterflies like all in a row, I decided to go with my circles being very random and just scattered all over the side of my page there. So now I'm going to work on those two bigger clusters that are in the sketch on the top right and bottom left of my photo. The wood veneer is from the Oakley Avenue collection from Pretty Little Studios, as is that little tag that says Latte Love. And then I have some die cuts from the Warm and Cozy collection, so I have a little fall leaf, and I have that little wooden piece at the top, and that little wooden piece says hold on to what keeps you warm, which I thought was just so perfect for this layout of me with my salted caramel mocha. And then at the bottom you'll see there's a little mug, and I punched some extra circles, and I'm going to place some extra circles in and around my two embellishment clusters as well to bring the circles into the rest of my layout and around the different parts of my layout. The next thing I'm going to do is my journaling, which I'm just going to handwrite with my favorite Muji pen, and then I'm going to underline it, and I just chose to do it in black ink. I do most of my journaling in black ink, and I decided it would work because the Latte Love is in black, and there are some quite dark tones in the photo around the layout. The next thing I'm going to grab here are these flares. These flares are from A Flare for Buttons, and they say all kinds of cute little coffee things. And I'm going to move them around and look at them all, and I think every flare ended up in every spot around this layout before I settled on the placement and chose 4 of them. So here are the 4 that I chose. The one on the top, there's a little bit of a glare, but it says keep calm and have a latte. The next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and grab these brads. These brads are from the Eyelet Outlet. Actually, a scrappy friend of mine sent them to me, and they are, first my fuzzy head's going to get in the way, but they are coffee beans and little coffee cups, and they're big, and I love them. They are from, they're manufactured by the Eyelet Outlet. This layout is pretty much the critical mass of embellishments. So once I had my title down, once I had my journaling down, I just started having fun with pretty products, and I went a little crazy. But you know what? More is more. And I love how this layout turned out, and I loved using all these fun sequins and products on my layout. I added cork hearts from the Cork Fetty, and then I also am going to add 3 larger chunky hearts, all from the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop. And I'm using the Autumn Joy sequin mix, and I am also using just the dark brown sequins from the Mocha Mint Dream collection sequin mix, and that will complete this super fun layout. I hope you've enjoyed my process today. Please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you like, and stop in again next Friday. See you then. Bye.